Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your monthly reading for April. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Also, as I shuffle the cards, I'll let you know of the planetary alignments and the energy that's available for you to tap into during the month. But if you don't want to hear that, please fast forward this part until I show you the first card, okay? So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know regarding April 2025? Can you please show them the way? Well, firstly, I want to wish you a happy birthday to all those wonderful Aries who are having a birthday in April. And of course, all those wonderful Aries who've had one in March, I hope you had the most fantastic time. April has literally sprung upon us, and we have officially started a new astrological year. The sun has moved into your fiery sign, my beautiful Aries, so it's time to embrace your inner rebel and expect your energy levels to rise, rise, rise. Now, over the last couple of months, we have been truly dealing with some very challenging energy, but the eclipses are now over and out of the way for now. Both Mercury and Venus turn direct by mid-month, leading to a rare occurrence where all planets are direct, which means personally it's full steam ahead. Obstacles dissolve faster, complicated energy untangles itself with a total alignment for brighter things to come. This period becomes more manageable, shall I say, and you've got the Temperance card, so things are going to be definitely more manageable for you during this period. So if you've been struggling with anything, this is a great problem-solving month to move ahead. April is the payoff month for previous hard work as well, setting you up with opportunities to level up and shine. Okay, so you got the full card there, so definitely embracing that inner rebel and taking a fresh new look at your life there. Now, this is a period for you to rise up and, of course, reach great rewards. Take charge of your life, lead with passion, and creatively embrace your hobbies as well as set your sights high whilst boldly striding towards accomplishing your goals. You know, this month is the month to get assertive, to carve out the life that you've been manifesting and set yourself up for positive change. Now, Saturn and Venus conjunct Rahu, the North Node, this month, which is pretty intense and really is a big deal as it has not occurred since 1968. We only need to look back at that period in time to really understand some of the challenges the world faced or even witnessed, shall I say, to realize what similarities we may encounter ahead. But on a personal level, expect some serious soul-searching about where you see your future heading and where you feel like you belong. Saturn will be very strict with you this month and force you to take a long, hard look at where you aspire to be, but also it will help you put plans in motion to be right on track. It will help you to break free from any challenging karma, and Saturn delivers consequences for negative actions as well as rewards you for positive ones. Venus supports this energy as well, making sure that you... Nope, I'll only pick cards that pop out there, so unless it is chosen that way, I won't add it to your reading. Now, I was saying that Venus, it will support the energy and it will basically help you make the right decisions from your heart space to harmonize your life and take the edge off that karmic exchange. So you may make some very serious life-affirming decisions during April, where the universe will offer you fated opportunities and connections to make things happen for your highest good. Now, Neptune has moved into your sign, my beautiful Aries, and this is a transition that takes 165 years to complete. So it really is a fresh new cycle. However, with all this fiery energy about, this is a period where people can clash or have the odd argument there. So if they get a bit touchy, it's really important for you to channel your energy into your personal development and into, your specific needs that fulfill your purpose. Otherwise, things can get a little bit frustrating. Neptune, the planet of inspiration, influences you to concentrate on your dreams and goals. And partnered with your high-octane passion of your season, my beautiful Aries, it makes sure that you're productive, take action, remain focused, and leave any temptation to procrastinate in the dust. The super new moon in the sign of Taurus on the 27th of April attracts new money as well, encouraging new money-making ideas, maybe even financial rebates, compensations, small increases, or even bonuses to manifest into your life. You'll really leave April super proud of all you've accomplished and look forward to all that is yet to come. Now, Venus has been retrograding until now as well. So if you've been feeling that languishing malaise recently, this season will literally jolt you back into rediscovering your playful side to seek out new adventures, whether you want to meet a soulmate or perhaps meet a friend for life. This is a time where strong relationships are formed and existing relationships are given a bit of a reboot of excitement as you dust off any humdrum energy. Now, you'll feel more flamboyant, bold, daring, and the universe will respond by sending opportunities your way to enhance your life experience. And of course, on a global scale, and please fast forward this part if you really don't want to hear it, but Neptune in your sign often mixes a whiff of evolution and revolution to the air. It really fast forwards an awakening with the collective at greater speeds, shall we say. So it's going to be a time for shattering long-standing illusions, exposing secrets, scandals, redacted documents are coming to light, hidden information is revealed, even highlighting where areas are broken to push for societal change. So I would say expect strikes, boycotts in various industries that could rise up during this period, and to push for fairer working conditions or even push back on technology cornering the market to limit the chaos of severances or redundancies. Pluto's opposition to Mars on the 26th of April also might add a little bit of a bumpy energy, exposing some hidden financial truths that really needs some course correcting, especially with trade frictions right now. We could also see a triggering of an unexpected power struggle, increasing a bit of a domino effect, leading to some more conflict. And we also have major solar flares to contend with. This is a very fiery season, of course, my beautiful Aries, so it's already triggering unusual, unseasonal weather events, as well as increasing seismic and volcanic activity. This may briefly impact the travel industry at some point as well. And of course, usual power outages are to be expected. It does seem like we're hearing every day about a major shift all over the world, which I did foresee in my channel messages last year, actually. I underlined that 2025 is a year of fire and water. And we've already been seeing stuff like that happening. Now, I do see a significant event where marine life unusually beach, and this indicates a major tectonic restructure involving an underwater volcano. Always look to the animal kingdom. Their behavior will give us signs of shifts. Intuitively, they make decisions before the world shifts. They just know. And the earth, of course, it moves all the time. And that's to remove pressure, of course. But this is a global awakening of tectonic plates and symbolic, perhaps, of humanity's restlessness with the way things are right now. The pressure has been on and the shifts of change are upon us to forge new landscapes. But on a personal level, this month ushers in a fresh new feel to trailblaze adventurous pathways to all that you desire. April, as you know, will reignite your zest for life. Expect a flurry of activity, events, invitations, festivals, and opportunities to keep you on your toes as you actively keep your life moving forward whilst having a lot of fun along the way. So let's see in particular what's going on with you. Well, you're very busy. Two of Pentacles indicates that you'll be pushed and pulled in many different directions. I feel everybody wants a piece of my beautiful Aries during this month. So, some want to celebrate with you. We got the Chariot card, we got the Fool card, we got the Fool card twice. Okay, so this is really about reconnecting to a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. I really feel that for some of you, and maybe not all of you, but I'm getting an energy that some of you may kind of delay a celebration. Okay, or you may not like celebrate on the date of your birth, or maybe you didn't when, you know, you had your birthday in March, for example. I just feel like delayed celebrations. So that's coming through. But when you do have these celebrations, I feel like you're going to have a wonderful time. This could also be delayed travel. Perhaps you decided to like reschedule your travel, or, you know, you've been really looking forward to some sort of getaway and now it's finally here. It gives you a lot of thinking time. A lot of thinking time about your projects as well there. Now, your first card is the Temperance card. So I feel like you're locked on to your sense of purpose this month. This is a big month. I mean, I feel this season, of course, is a big season because, of course, it's your birthday season. And that means that you're really thinking about your legacy. You know, you're thinking about your journey, thinking about childhood, thinking about memories with people who are in your life now or not in your life now. You know, there's a lot of energy here about your aspirations, your goals, the path you're on, and whether you feel like you are close to your dreams or goals, or whether you feel like you're on the way to achieving them. And I feel there is some like window of opportunity here for you to do something that's actually quite competitive, but I feel there is some sort of good news in and around this. It feels like it's coming together. It's taken a long time. It feels like it's frustrating, but I definitely see it's coming together for you. And I feel you're building something that is going to be very solid in your life. I mean, the Temperance card indicates patience. Some of you have been learning that lesson. Life, it tends to teach us all about patience at some point. But I feel with this Temperance card here, I feel like you're blending your energies to keep balanced, to remove yourself from drama, you know, to really focus on your finances as well, not allow it to like flow in and out of your life. I feel like you're going to be able to save a little bit more or increase your finances in the month of April there. Some of you may actually be given finances for your birthday as well. So if you do have a birthday in April, of course, you're going from a 2 of Pentacles to a 3 of Pentacles there. So I do see you leaving the month with a little bit more money than you thought you would have. So that is very positive. For some of you, this could be a shift in a job. Could be that you're getting a new opportunity, a bonus or a small increase in finances. Could be that your 401k goes up a little bit there. There's a fluctuation for some of you. Temperance card is merging energies and blending things, but also it can be that, you know, you're keeping on top of your hydration. For some of you, it can be that you're finding balance in going out and celebrating, but also making sure that you remain on target with your projects. You know, Temperance card indicates that you're easing your way into April and that you have a focus that requires you to be very diligent. I mean, there's an energy of trying out ideas here. A lot of you also are doing some psychological healing and looking at the flow of energy, especially with childhood there, because we do have the Chariot card. You know, it's in the resistance position, so it can indicate that you don't really want to chase memories from the past, especially connected to your childhood, but it can raise some childhood memories there where you feel there was something that was unfair or something challenging that you had to overcome. And now you're looking at who you are and how you have overcome. And you've been really flexible and open to change, but at the same time, you've promised yourself that you're following your heart and you do what you love. You know, Page of Cups energy indicates that you want to romance your life again. You want to see the beauty in the world again, especially since the world has been a very challenging place. I feel a lot of you are trying to reconnect and zoom into, you know, what's important for you right now. Now, your 7th house is actually governing you at the beginning of the month. So this can be that you don't want to spread yourself too thin, but it can be that you are connecting to people in your everyday circumstances, but also seeing people you haven't seen for a while, celebrating, being a little bit more sociable, you know. I'm getting an energy here as well of like reunion. So I'm seeing that someone from your past that you did not expect to hear from could reach out in the month of April, okay? And this is someone who, they may have come in and out of your life at some point. Doesn't mean it's an ex, but for some of you it could be. I'm just getting an energy like you are unprepared for this person's absence in your life in some way. So whether it was a falling out with someone or whether it was like you had to distance yourself from this person, I feel like they are returning in the month of April to say, hi, you know what, can we reconnect? I feel this person wants to heal some things, but the Five of Wands, I feel like you're conflicted. I feel this person represents a challenge to you. And I feel there is an energy here of like, maybe we can in the future, but right now I feel like you are trying to prioritize your own needs. You know, what I'm getting, and I hate getting this message, but I have to give it to you because I'm getting it. It could be the sort of person who, you know, this is your month to shine, or this is your season to shine, shall we say. And they're reaching out to not steal your light, but they want to be a little bit more center of attention. That's what I'm getting. So I feel like you're kind of like going, look, I'm fabulous. It's my time. I'm not engaging in this drama. I feel like you're deciding, no, you're not connecting to it. But I want you to be aware that you may hear from someone who causes a little bit of conflict. Okay. But I feel like you're doing you. You're prioritizing your own needs and you're not allowing this person to kind of like change your energy, okay? The Temperance card also indicates that you're locked onto your sense of purpose, but you may be re-examining your priorities at this time. It's like you've hit a milestone in life and now you're really like assessing, taking stock of who you are, where you want to be, where you feel like you're headed at this moment in time, and you're making steps to do that. So I see some of you really contemplating like a big move or a new start or a course correction in some way. Now, it could be something you're contemplating right now because the Fool card is in the resistance position twice. You know, to have the Fool card there twice can indicate that, of course, you know, you want to do something new, bold, and daring, but you may feel it's not the right time. So it could be that you're preparing for something, or you know, you're preparing for travel or a relocation, and it just feels like you're trying to compartmentalize your time to basically prioritize what's important at this time, but at the same time squirrel away and find the information you need in order to set you up for this launch or this new move, because it's partnered with the Chariot card, which means some sort of like sudden movement or change in direction. I mean, I just get this kind of like suddenly an opportunity comes in for you and it's all change. So it feels like it's really positive. It's connected to some sort of news or some sort of information that comes in, and you're going to just love it because we've got that Page of Cups. Pages deliver news, okay? And this is something that you will grab with both hands, that you will love. It feels like you're following your bliss, and I feel, you know, it feels like a fresh new start. You know, for some of you, it could be that it's a fresh new year. So now you're implementing some changes, lifestyle changes. But also it could be like you're joining a club, or you are like trying a new diet or exercise routine or a training program. I mean, your second house of value is actually influencing you at the end of the month as well. So it could be new money allows you to treat yourself in some way, or you may like pamper yourself, go to a spa day, or, you know, take yourself off on a little vacation and treat yourself for a little bit of a getaway, for example. But that seventh house, a lot of you could be going with friends, or you could be like being a little bit more sociable than usual there as well. But, you know, the Page of Cups is offering you something that you are going to really love. And I feel like you lock it down. It feels like whatever it is, it has been challenging to get. Okay, and it feels like everything is starting to come together, and you're like, yes, finally. You know, it's been a bit of a struggle, but now it's all happening, and you can kind of relax with that energy as well. Now, Page of Cups indicates this is your energy. You're charismatic. I feel like you're going to be very artistic, very sensitive, even psychic during this period. So flashes of just knowingness can occur during this time as well, especially in water. So if you're swimming, if you can swim, for example, you may have sudden visions where you're like, whoa, that was intense. But then suddenly it starts to become your reality. It could also be when you're in the bath. Suddenly you just know that something's going to happen, or someone's going to message, for example. I feel like your psychic skills or your knowingness, flashes of insight are heightened when you're in water. You know, I always use a scrying bowl to connect to visions and images. So you may be trying something like that as well, perhaps, but ultimately, you know, when you're in water, it increases the energy of, you know, you connecting to the ether and to other vibrations. So expect things like that to happen to you during this time. Now, also, some of you may even be surprised by a person who is a friend who declares their feelings for you. They actually have more than just friendly feelings for you. This person may actually give you flowers, even, you know, out of the blue. It may not even be your birth date. It could be that they just give you flowers, because I'm seeing someone actually, I mean, of course we've got a rose there, but I'm seeing like a bunch of flowers. It's like, oh, I saw these flowers and I thought they were your favorite. Or, you know, I thought this would look nice in like your new apartment or something. I'm just being given this energy of a friend who has romantic feelings. I feel they're going to give you more than a hint this month about this. And even if you're in a relationship, I feel there's still going to be a friend who kind of like highlights that they have feelings that they can't really place anywhere. They're not going to like force these feelings on you, but I feel like they are going to kind of highlight, you know what, I've always liked you, you know that. You know I've always felt this way about you. And I feel there could be a very like diplomatic conversation about, you know, you and their relationship. It feels complicated because you've got a Five of Wands there, but I feel like, you know, this person's still going to remain a friend. You're not going to change how you deal with this person. However, I feel, you know, at first it could be a little bit eggy. You know, especially if you're not connected romantically to this person or you don't have chemistry with this person, I feel like they will be a little bit wounded, you know, with their ego, but I feel they get it. So I feel like they don't really want to cross a line and lose you from their life, but I do feel someone could hint, actually, I have feelings. I've been in love with you for a very long time. Okay, so that's something. I feel actually this person, if they've given you a gift, it's in their gift. It doesn't have to be a bunch of flowers. I feel like this person has given you a gift or will give you a gift that highlights how they really feel. This gift is really well thought about. It's something really personal. And you're like, this person went above and beyond a little bit. There's more to it than that. So that's coming out there as well. But this is your protagonist energy. So this means that, you know, this is a renewal of self. You know, confidence, you know, a lot of you, this is you kind of like looking at what makes you happy. What do you love in life? This is a period where you open your heart space to be more playful, to be more curious. So I feel here that you're aligning almost a little bit like your old self. You know, if you feel like you've had a lot of responsibility and challenges recently, I feel April is going to offer you an opportunity to have a lot more fun, to really embrace the good life and kind of like, you know, reconnect to like your sense of purpose and romance your life a little bit more. There's definitely a catalyst for change going on for you in the month of April, and it starts with some sort of envelope or letter or email. I just get some information where you contemplate and you think, wow, this is incredible. And you may have felt that you've been waiting a long time for this, but you didn't feel it was going to come in April. So I feel this is like the start of something really special. Of course, there can be new starts across the board, so please apply it to your situation. It just feels like a step in the right direction for you this month, and it feels like it's time. And it feels like you're elevating or upgrading life in some way. For some of you, this could be practical. It could be that you're upgrading your car, for example. Maybe you're treating yourself to a new version of a car that you kind of like, or maybe a new cell phone or some sort of gadget, for example, or maybe even a new beauty routine or some sort of like pampering event, because I feel some of you, you're going to get a compliment that you do not look your age. That's one thing that's coming out here. Some of you may actually also get something free in the month of April. You may be like, yeah, I just like celebrated my birthday, whether it was a couple weeks ago or whether it was on the day when you have this experience, and they're going to be like, we'll have this like on the house or have this for free. Here's a little gift, you know, so it could be like something as simple as like a free coffee or croissant, for example, or it could be like a little token of affection. I feel it's when you're out shopping or doing something like day to day and someone just goes, here, let me just get you that or give you that as a little token, you know. So that's coming through there as well. Now, for some of you, not all of you, some of you, if you are pregnant, I definitely see here that baby could be a little bit delayed. Okay, I'm just seeing that baby's comfortable where baby's at right now. And I do feel that with that Five of Wands and the Three of Coins, I feel there could be like some sort of team kind of like assigned to you to help move baby along. That's what I'm getting. I don't see anything negative here. I want you to be aware of that. But if you're pregnant right now, I do see here that, things will be a little bit later than planned. That's something that's coming through there as well. Also, with this Page of Cups, I feel like you are like doing things that make you feel joy this month. You're like stopping to smell the roses. You're kind of being really grateful for all that you have right now, but of course you're aspiring to achieve all the things that you have not right now as well. The Two of Pentacles, it does indicate that yes, you're going to be super busy. Balance is important, especially since you have the Temperance card there. I do feel that you're finding the balance between work and play, and that your efforts in everything you do bring you joy. It just feels like even if there's a task that you don't like doing, this month you look at it a little bit differently, or it just feels different and you're like, kind of enjoyed that. Not sure why it's changed or how it feels different, but it does, and it just feels like it's easier or more enjoyable. Some of you are actually going to as well join some sort of group activity in the community, and it could be like competitive. So whether it is like a group from your gym, for example, or if you are part of a group that takes part in competitions, I really see a win for you all. That it's your time to have this opportunity to really like make your mark in some area. I feel it's connected to a group. It could be a syndicate. If you're in a lottery syndicate, for example, it could be a small windfall that comes in there, because I'm seeing a little bit of luck come your way. But a lot of you, let's make it a little bit more real right now. Your second house is influencing you, and you've got the Two of Pentacles here. So this could be that you're trying to increase your wealth. You may be thinking of money-making ideas. You may be looking at like securing your finances, your acquisitions, but also, moving money around so that you can lock off some portion of your finances so that you don't touch it. It could be that you're going to be able to save a little bit more, because the Two of Coins going to the Three of Coins indicates you're going to have more, or you are like on course to increase your finances to either make a large purchase or to just safeguard your future. A lot of you may be thinking about your 401ks, your pensions, your acquisitions, your like bills, your repayment plans. But ultimately, these are the practical kind of sides of life, and I feel like you're on top of those things, and I really feel that this month it's all about keeping life running smoothly. The second house is about value, and because this is your birthday season, even though some of you may have had that birthday in March, this is about valuing yourself in a different way. It's about you looking at situations where you give away your power, undersell your talents, or notice when people underestimate you. And I feel like you are totally on top of like budgets, real estate. Some of you maybe even purchasing a property, or saving for real estate in some way, and there may be a really good deal that you connect to. Some of you, this may be abroad. So you may be looking at a holiday home or a vacational opportunity for you to kind of like migrate your life, or in some way kind of like be a little bit more nomadic, because the Two of Coins on a practical level can be about second streams of income, or kind of pooling your resources to make sure that you increase what you have already. Two of Pentacles, of course, is also about you focusing on your health, okay? Making sure that you're not always juggling and on the go, multitasking. There is balance that is necessary. So taking stock of things is important, especially self-care routines. I would say with these two cards, it's like sometimes you're so involved in your projects and so excited about what you do, you submerge yourself completely in it that you may actually forget to like drink water or keep yourself hydrated in some way, for example. And this is the month to get on top of that, is what I see there. Now, really random, I'm being given an image of like a teeth imprint or something. What is that? Yeah, I'm just seeing like a mold for teeth or something. So some of you could be going to the dentist, for example. This could be symbolic of you getting your teeth into something or making a lasting impression in some area of your life. If you're looking for love, that Page of Cups says you're making an impression on someone, and I feel this could develop unexpectedly into something really romantic indeed. And actually, I see that this person will introduce you to their friends quite quickly, okay, because they just know they've met the one. For some of you, it could be that you have a project and a deal offered to you, and it will develop really well for you. It just feels like it's easier, you know. When you have that Two of Coins, especially with the rose there, roses tend to have thorns, but as you can see, this particular rose does not have many thorns. The rose is in bloom. So I feel there is something that feels easier for you, or something that is going to develop and blossom for you. It's like you've done all the hard work. So whether you're tying up loose ends, getting ready for a vacation, or you are completing a task or responsibility, because I feel a lot of you are super organized and structured this month, I feel, you know, you're on top of things so you can have more time to play. And that's why the Fool card is there. This is like having fun. It's opening yourself up to joy. And the Chariot card, some of you may think about traveling on your own somewhere. I do see you integrated and doing something with friends or being more sociable at the end of the month as well. But I feel some of you, there's something that you need to do for you. And whatever that is, I feel like you're going to take immense joy at doing it. So whether it's something creative, whether it's like a hobby, or whether it is business related for some of you, you know, I feel like you're going to have a lot of fun along the way. Now, the Fool card is all about a fresh new start or taking a risk in some area, but I feel like you're doing your due diligence, so it means like you're on top of things, you have all the information you need to launch something. Some of you could be launching a new style, or a new way of working, or a new lifestyle change, or even, you know, for some of you, it could be that your children are changing schools right now, and it can be that there's a bit of upheaval, that you're trying to manage things. Perhaps there is a new route or a new distance, or, you know, something new is happening in your life, and you're having to be flexible with that Two of Coins. But ultimately, it feels like it benefits you in some way. I mean, for some of you, especially since we have the Chariot card, it could be a new destination that you're reaching, or moving to a new neighborhood. You know, I feel like something big is changing for you, because you're really thinking about who you are, what you stand for, what you desire, and what you want long term. So I see also here that some sort of new change for you is going to bring a lot of success. So the Chariot card is a big triumph card. It means you're committed to something, dedicated, and making progress. There's a real win here for you, but it took willpower and bravery to get there in the first place. I mean, some of you could receive some really good news that sets you free, because I'm actually seeing handcuffs in the water come off. So it could be something that you felt bound to, whether that's a contract or perhaps a toxic situation, or for some of you, it could represent someone who perhaps has done you wrong gets justice. Perhaps that's what I'm seeing there as well. It feels very much like some good karma is coming your way. And I feel some of you, and I don't like this message or this energy that's coming, but you may hear a little bit of gossip about someone who perhaps, you know, was a little bit of a challenge to you many years ago, or were really unfair towards you years ago. I feel this is years ago. You may hear from like a third party situation that they got some sort of karma, some sort of negative karma. Now, of course, I feel like you don't really wish that negativity on someone else, because that tends to bring karma back to you again, right? I feel like you're done with this experience. However, I feel something from your past that may have haunted you or may have hurt you, I feel like you hear that actually karma dealt with it. And you're like, okay, well, everything is right in the world now. That's fine. Fresh new start. Can leave that behind. All good. And I feel like you move on from it. So a little bit of gossip coming in there for you. My readings are not really about gossip, but that's something that's coming in there too. Now, I hate to give you this message, my beautiful Aries, but for some of you, if you're purchasing a new car and it is before Mercury turns direct, I would say you may have to return to get something fixed, okay? So it just may be a little bit frustrating, but I feel everything will be fine. For some of you, if you're not getting a new car, I feel there is the potential here for either the car to either start stalling, and you may have to bring it into the shop to get it like sorted, because I'm being given this energy of like a car issue, okay? Also, if you're about to go on a journey, get all the checks. if it's a long distance journey, get all the checks. I don't see anything like negative, but you don't want to be stranded somewhere because like the fan belt is going out, or perhaps there's like, I'm seeing like the water as well. What, I don't really know much about cars. When you put a bit of water in the car so it doesn't overheat, is that something? I'm not sure. But some of you top up the water, okay, so it doesn't like overheat. That's something that's coming out. I would just say, just do all the usual checks on your car if you're taking a long distance travel or like a road trip, for example, because some of you, your friends may reach out and say, let's go on a road trip. Let's go here. And I feel like you're going to have a wonderful time there, but just be a little bit mindful on your mode of transport, because I'm just being given this energy of like a delay or like a setback. Okay. So that's coming out there too. But let's look at the energy when it turns around, because it will mid-month turn around for you. Full card twice, a lot of fun to be had, okay? But also with that Chariot card energy, I feel there is some sort of new experience or reward, certification, qualification, or some measure of progress here for you. This could literally be that you've been in training for something, or you started something and you're just a pro at it. Whether you're like learning a language, you're going to be like further ahead in the class than everybody else, or whether you are someone who just decided to like suddenly go back to college. I feel like you are making great strides in all the knowledge that you're kind of absorbing right now, and you will pass a test in no time. A lot of you may be doing some tests or kind of like challenging yourself to do something, because the Five of Wands is a test, or it can be that you're in training for something, but because you got the Chariot card in the resistance position, something that's ongoing, when it goes in the upright, it means there is great reward for your commitment, your dedication. There's major success here. For some of you, you could be entering into some sort of competitive arena, whether it's a career environment or whether it is, that you're trying to get a permit for something, or you're applying for something and it's not given out to a lot of people. It could be a visa, passport, something like that. I feel like you're going to get it, whatever it is. It just feels like something rewarding that is going to be so successful indeed, okay? Now, of course, these cards with this card can indicate, yes, you're very busy. You're going to be multitasking. But these cards are like, set some time aside for fun. You have a lot of responsibilities going on, but you must not forget about your own needs. I mean, it's no accident that you have the Fool card twice. That's an Aries card, but it's in the resistance position. So it can indicate that, thinking about yourself has taken a bit of a backseat. So make sure that you adhere to your priorities, of course. But one of those important priorities are yourself. I do feel a lot of you, there is this energy of reconnecting to a part of yourself that you have been longing to connect to. The playful side, the fun side. I feel like you're always fun to be with. I mean, all my beautiful Aries that I know in my life, they're so exciting to be with. I love having so much fun with them. They're so adventurous, bold, and there's always something exciting to talk about long after the event, so memorable, these experiences that I have with my beautiful Aries. So I feel a lot of you are building memorable experiences and memories in the month of April, okay? But I mean, there is a major new start here. To get the Fool card twice, something big is happening here for you. Now, for some of you, I want to address this. If you have been looking for a job, for example, if you've been out of work, okay, and you've been trying really hard to be patient, searching for like opportunities, I feel there is this energy of you like either having some sort of beverage when the news comes in that you've secured a deal or a new role. It's an opportunity for you to join like a company. If you're like applying to companies, for example, it could be that there's a family feel about this. It's a very competitive arena, but actually everybody supports each other. It's really refreshing. Sometimes things are so like challenging, everyone's like not supporting each other, but this new role that's coming in for you, everyone is very supportive, and it just feels like you're going from home to home. So I really feel a lovely environment. I also see you increasing your finances, okay? For some of you, you may actually decide to do some sort of charitable work as well, which is very emotionally rewarding. But also I feel because you're so good at what you do, you could be offered like some sort of like part-time role that's paid in some sort of charity. that's coming through as well. That may not resonate with everyone, but I've just got that coming through, so I have to honor it. I feel this month, there is a lot going on, but most importantly, I feel this month is about your path. It's about your sense of purpose. It's about divine timing and opportunity. And I feel like you're going to be in the right place at the right time to receive whatever opportunity this is for you. And there is going to be a cause for celebration. I mean, the card literally shows that you have to make a decision in the month of April, and the decision leads you to brighter things. There's a path literally on the up towards the star, which means a wish is within reach. I feel it's not quite being delivered to you in the month of April. I got to be honest. I feel like there's some more steps to make progress towards this wish, but I feel like you're certainly on the way to it, whatever it is. The Cosmos card indicates everything is coming together. Everything is divinely guided towards a certain moment in your time. And with this Five of Wands energy, it can indicate something was challenging, but it is coming together. And if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Five of Wands, there are 5 figures there, each with a wand. So it can indicate that there's lots of components to your life right now, and it may feel like things are clunky or challenging, but everything is coming together. Those 5 figures are literally bringing every wand together to create a star. Okay, so it can be that you are looking at the different aspects in your life, and things have been challenging because it hasn't been like so smooth as you want it to be, but it is all coming together. And the Five of Wands, some of you may be deciding to put yourself on some sort of training, whether it's to increase your finances or whether it's, to get to grips with social media so you can bring in more money. And I'm only talking about money because your second house is really going to influence you. This is all about your values as well. I mean, second house is luxury. So I definitely see you treating yourself, but also getting a nice gift from someone that is a lovely little treat there. But this is more like your attitude towards possessions. I feel like you're valuing yourself in a different way. And it's like you're not compromising on things that are important to you this month. And I feel that it's almost like you're being so precise about your time, and the universe is delivering precise things that you're thinking about. Because sometimes we can be overloaded and say, you know what, I just want more money. Okay, and the universe is like, oh, okay, you want more money. There's a penny on the floor. There you go, that's more money. And you're like, well, okay, see a penny, pick it up. All day today, I'll have good luck, and you'll take that. It's more money. The universe is saying, be precise. You may be like, okay, I, need like $10,000 to start up my company, for example. The universe will give you opportunities to make sure you accomplish that $10,000 to start up your company. So it's like being precise. Now, many years ago, someone said, you got to be more precise about what you want. And I was like, I'm not sure if I believe in this, but let's give it a try. Because at the time I was running away from the gifts that I had. I was scared of some of those gifts. I was like knowing things before they happened, and that scared the bejeebies out of me. And I was like, what? I just didn't want to see. Okay. And my friend said, well, what do you want? And I was like, well, I don't know. I just want to be happy. I just want to be secure. I just want all of these things. And my friend was like, well, that's not precise. And I was like, well, okay. He said, get precise, come back to me, tell me what you want. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to write things down. I'm going to get precise. And I feel like that's what you're doing this month. You're getting precise about what it is that you want. And I kid you not, the things that I wanted that I wrote on that list and was really precise about, and I wrote it once, I spoke it out loud to the universe, I put it away for safekeeping, and the universe started to deliver all those things on my list because I believed. I was like, okay, I trust. Let's go with this. So the Cosmos card is literally that. Trust in the process, and the divine opportunity will arise. You have a window of opportunity here to elevate your life in some way, or to get more, to increase, to expand on opportunities. And I definitely see the end of April is very prosperous for you indeed. Now, of course, the Cosmos card is also about sense of purpose and your destiny. So a lot of you are thinking about, either launching something or connecting to a first step on something. And with that Five of Wands, nobody said it was going to be easy. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. Five of Wands can be a card of challenge, but it means everything is coming together. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs happen just in the middle of a chaotic situation. And I don't see chaos for you. I want you to be aware of that. But, you know, sometimes the most challenging things are the most rewarding things. And I definitely see here there's a lot of reward for you as well. Now, the Five of Wands is my gym card, so it can indicate some of you are going to be a little bit more active at the end of the month, or put yourself on a course of learning, or go into some sort of training program, for example, to elevate your consciousness. For some of you, it could be that you discover an app to help with mindfulness, manage stress levels. I mean, the Five of Wands literally means you're turning a corner, okay? And that it doesn't feel like it right now, but there is a lot of opportunity for you to thrive, survive, and expand on opportunities, step into leadership roles, or take charge of your life with confidence and recognition. I see a lot of recognition and achievement here as well, even if it is from a family member that says, you know what? You're doing a good job. If it's someone who's challenging to deal with and they give you those words, you're like, whoa, that was a compliment. Can you just say that again so I can record that, so I've got it as a reminder? So I just get this energy that you're going to be like appreciated for something where you felt before you were not appreciated, okay? Also, we've got the Three of Coins. Now, Three of Coins, this can be a card of like everything is coming together. You know, you're in the planning stages of something. I do see here that something you're planning will start, but it starts like at the end of April, okay? So it feels like you're getting everything together. You know, this is engineering a plan card. This is you being very talented, focusing on a project. It doesn't have to be connected to career. You know, it can be that you're retired right now and you're deciding to join a certain group of people to expand your knowledge on a hobby or a creative endeavor. It could also be that, you know, you're inspired and you're connected to art, or you're collaborating, or some of you are going to be a consultant in some area of knowledge that you have that's very specific. You know, the Three of Coins indicates that you are taking ownership of your life and you're building a solid foundation. And, you know, this is you being the architect of your dreams. Things are becoming tangible for you. You know, you're shaping your destiny. And this is a card of thought. It's very cerebral. It's connected to the ether. So it's like you're connected to vibrations in the cosmos right now that are challenging, but are setting you up for opportunities to thrive and be very successful. And it is all coming together. Even if you feel like you're moving through a very competitive world right now and challenge is against you, the universe says things will come together in divine order as it should. So, I mean, on a practical level, these are challenging economic times, but the Three of Pentacles tells me that you're careful with your finances, you're being very clever, maybe taking advice, weighing up your options on different financial strategies, for example. Again, I'm only mentioning that because of your second house, which is going to keep reinforcing financial structure, or, you know, a strict budget, for example, and that's at the end of the month. But only if you're treating yourself, you're going to, you know, have quality over quantity. So you're going to purchase the best, for example, or save for the best. You're not going to compromise on value. So that's across the board, whether you're in a job, a friendship, a relationship, or even, you know, when it comes to like getting the best deal for a course of learning, for example. You're getting the best. You're showing up for yourself and making sure that you get the best there. Now, I'm also being given this energy of a delicate situation becoming like more structured. So it could be that you are more focused on your time, your schedule, and perhaps you've been feeling exhausted and it's hard to kind of feel motivated. That's not a typical Aries energy. So it could be that you find that there's been something from childhood that perhaps you found challenging, whether it is a vitamin deficiency or a depletion of some sort of resource. Perhaps it is like an old childhood wound that resurfaces briefly in the month of April. I feel like you get really good advice on it and you kind of like nearly like stop it forever. It feels like sometimes it hits you when you're feeling a little bit low vibe energy, okay? So I feel you could find a practitioner or someone who identifies a way of like overcoming it. So whatever it is, it feels like it's something from childhood there that's coming through. I'm going to pull some cards because looking at your cards, although it's your birthday season, a lot of you, it's kind of like business as usual. I feel like you're in the stages of planning something, getting all the information together, pooling your resources, crafting a plan, for example. Some of you may collaborate creatively with a group of people in a very competitive arena. So you could do some charitable work, you know, maybe raise some finances for charity, that sort of thing. But more than anything, I feel like you're just connecting to things that bring you joy and saying, okay, you know what? It's business as usual, but I'm going to romance my life a little bit more. I'm going to get precise. I'm having a sudden change of heart about my path, and it's never too late for you to like outgrow something or transform something. So I really feel actually you're headed in the right direction, even if you're making a change. Okay, so don't second guess yourself. We got the Five of Swords. Oof, okay. We've got the Three of Swords. We've got the Ten of Swords, and we've got the Hierophant. Interesting. Okay, swords are very cerebral, and it can indicate some of you have been dealing with something that's been very painful or very challenging for some time. It's coming to an end. Ten of Swords it's the end. Okay, Three of Swords is challenge, heartbreak, sadness. Challenge being so like overwhelmingly difficult, it's been hard to move through it. We've got the Nine of Swords as well. Wow, this is a lot of cerebral energy. I mean, Three of Swords can be like a misunderstanding. Especially with the Hierophant energy, I would feel like if you're married, for example, it could be that there is an argument that replays in your relationship sometimes, whatever that is. It feels like suddenly it's put to bed. Like, okay, you know what? Nine of Swords, it's like it's not worth dredging it up all the time. It feels very much like it's plagued the relationship for too long and now you just hash it out. So this could be a month where something that has been like talked about, suddenly there's a resolution in it, because the Ten of Swords says it's the end. We're just leaving this now. It's fine. Okay. But on a personal level, let's remove it from relationships. Three of Swords, Five of Swords, something on your mind that perhaps has been hurting you, hindering you. This could be a food substance. This could be a neighborhood. This could be a decision that you have to make in the month of April there. Five of Swords indicates that something has been making you feel tense. Okay, and that's normally a measure of something needs to change. So the Ten of Swords there is the end of it. The change is there. You know, this is about releasing the excess, or maybe some of you, especially since we got the Fool card there, this can be that you are changing the way that you think about yourself. You're finally starting to love parts of yourself that perhaps were hard to love. Some of us have those parts. Some of us don't. Depends on your personal circumstances. You know, I just feel like instead of tearing yourself down, you're building yourself up. But also, with the Nine of Swords and the Hierophant, I would say some of you, structure is going to work really well for you because you're going to be busy. And if you don't have structure, because the Hierophant can be structure, then it can be a little bit more challenging. So I would say that a lot of you, this is about organizing your time. It is about, you know, basically not connecting to anything that will disrupt your energy. Ten of Swords is like saying, okay, this can be done another time. I'm going to focus on this right now, which is more important. So I feel like you're being more decisive with time. Interesting. Let me just go a little bit more, because it's not that things are not happening for you. I just feel like there's a lot of planning, a lot of like investigating. I mean, I also see that there is someone who traditionally was a friend of yours. I've already mentioned this. They come into your life, but I feel like there's guilt attached to this person. The Nine of Swords is really connected to someone else's guilt. Random, and I don't know why it's showing up in this reading, but maybe it's something you have to deal with in the month of April there, okay? I want to see overriding energy, Queen of Cups, self-care, loving parts of yourself that, you know, have been challenging. And what I mean by that is sometimes people have body dysmorphia, for example. They don't see the true beauty of self. For some of you, it could be like a challenging memory of childhood, for example, that suddenly, you know, you have more kind of control over the emotions on that, and you kind of like cathartically let it go. The Chariot, you're moving away from this, and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I mean, those swords that popped out, I feel like you've been doing something that's challenging, but the outcome energy is telling me with that Queen of Cups that you're actually going to leave this month loving all the things that occurred. And the Chariot card indicates progress. And the Knight of Cups, something is being offered to you that you're going to love. And I feel this is an invitation from the universe to step away from things that are hurting you, people that are hurting you, people that do not value you, and step into your power to harmonize your life and do more things that bring you joy. So, I mean, personally, I feel there is a big shift about you honoring your own needs. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What else do they need to know? We have growth, and we have to make equal. Really interesting, because that 7th house does make things equal. So I did say you're also going to hear about someone who got their karma to make equal. So yeah, I mean, we've got growth here. This card actually connects to financial growth, but it also connects to roots, you know, the very foundation of you. Basically, how much you've grown, how much you respect yourself. And of course, it is number 19 there, which is all about positivity, joy. And, you know, this card is like rediscovering the magic. And it's really hard to remember the magic in the world that's literally gone a little bit crazy right now. But this card is a reminder that magic is in everyday things, and you bring the magic. You are the magic. And I feel like you're someone who can make something from nothing. You know, you are self-made. You're someone who is moving forward. You're blossoming. I feel like you're in bloom. And I feel this is about you kind of like connecting to healthier things in life. That's what I feel, you know. I feel there is a lot of growth, both personal growth, self-improvement going on here as well, but also I feel this is about you maturing into the person that you were always meant to be. And you should be really proud of yourself, because I feel like you're doing a really great job. You've been faced with challenges, and I feel like you've overcome them. And this month is a month of opportunity that's been laid out for you to have something really special. Something is going to go your way. It's all coming together. Now, finally, we have to make equal the equator. Some of you may be traveling close to a place that's near the equator for a vacation, for example. But, you know, this is the balance in life. There's a time for rest. There's a time for play. And there's a time to work. And there's a time to focus on moving forward and making progress. And you can have variety. It is the spice of life. So this card, it's number 5, you know, which is all about challenge. And I feel that you are working towards a worthy goal right now, and it is worth it, and you are worth it. Do not compare your path to others. This is about you kind of like taking responsibility for your life and realizing that you're not responsible for other people's happiness. I also feel this is about, you know, the universe helping you with an inner navigational system right now to find your path. And I feel that, you know, prioritizing your own needs will lead to your happiness at this time. And yeah, I'm also getting this energy of you moving away from drama or extreme emotions or extreme responses. You know, I feel like you just want peace. You just want harmony. And I definitely see that you are on target to harmonize your life, but also make sure that you're growing both financially, in terms of self-development as well. And I feel like you're just on top of things. You're keeping things ticking over and running smoothly there, as well as having a lot of fun along the way as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we have a rabbit, okay, which is about multiplying wealth. So that's definitely connected to your 2nd house there. But also this is about, you know, fast decisions. And I would say here, for some of you, you may even, interesting, I just heard the March hare, random. Okay, I always saw this as a rabbit, but it could be a hare. And we are like, you know, dealing with April. So perhaps something from March takes over into April for you. Maybe there is some sort of personal connection to the March hare. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave that because I just heard it, so I have to honor what I hear. Also, we have the fish. Now, the fish has a little pearl of wisdom there in its mouth, so I feel like you're in the flow. Knowledge is coming towards you, but also this trinket connects to the Page of Cups. Something you love is going to be offered to you. You're following your heart. You're doing what you love. There is opportunity. There's good news coming on in as well. And I feel like there will be enough, always enough for you. And also I feel you're capitalizing on that or expanding on that as well. And is there anything more connected to that? I'm just seeing something about precious metals. I don't know what that means. So some of you could be buying jewelry or be gifted jewelry during this time. I'm seeing diamonds. Diamonds tend to be formed under pressure. So it can be that you're a real gem and you've been under pressure. But this month, I feel like it's just a nice month where things just tick over, come together, and just feel easier for you, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Aries. Thank you so much, and love and light.